married in 2014. Charles was born in 2005, so he was 9 and Michael was 8.
Giant burger for you with cheese.
Michael was showing signs of being delayed in some of his emotional development, certainly academically, particularly his fine motor skills. Charles's issues are a little bit different. His ADHD makes him sometimes get off task very easily.
I think one of the biggest challenges facing families within the military who have children with special needs is the complicated process associated with moving. So you get a new assignment, which we call permanent change of station, PCS. It's what I'm going through right now, actually, and it can be quite challenging to find the right health care and services for your child.
It's hard to define the biggest challenges facing families that have children and adults that are enrolled in EFMP because they can be so variable. So when we PCS, it's hard to find homes. The civilian community has a limited number of handicap accessible homes. Not all military bases have an adequate number, or the accessibility of those homes don't meet our needs. We take twice as long to really settle in after a PCS because we have to find all of the medical providers and make all of those additional appointments. So when other families are going and they're worried about unpacking their homes, we're worried about establishing medical care for our loved ones and ourselves, and that takes a lot of time, which means we live out of boxes for much longer. The idea for Exceptional Families of the Military came about in early 2013. I had PCS'd to JBLM with my husband, and we had this very sick child. And for the first time in his Army career, I felt alone. And that's when I started our very first support group. If we fast forward to February 2020, the House Armed Service Committee held a hearing on EFMP. So many people came to listen to that hearing, to listen to me testify, that they had to open a second room for people to view the hearing. Military members that have children with disabilities or specialized needs, they have the extra burden of navigating the education system.
There are two different ways of looking at the special needs youngsters and military youngsters that aren't special needs youngsters. They both have special needs. Military families, even though the child might not be identified as a special needs youngster, he has unique needs because he or she is moving every 2 to 3 years to a different environment. There's a need to make sure that there's supports in place in all areas around military bases and in every state to support those children, as well as a child that has special needs that is moving every 2 or 3 years, because that person has even a greater need for services to make sure that he or she's successful in that new situation.
But as we PCS, every school district has to implement the old IEP with what they call comparable services. And you can imagine comparable to you and comparable to me may be different things. The assignment process is really a terrifying one because it is, where are they going to offer us? Is the medical care really going to be available? If it is available and I want to go, are they going to say they couldn't find it? We assist families in filling out packets for their compassionate humanitarian reassignments. The majority of the time, I believe they do get their compassionate reassignments. It just takes a lot of time, and it's a big toll on the family who just moved somewhere to have to pack up and move again. So the EFMP program has been around for a very long time. The Army created this program before I was born. They have had a lot of time to really get this right. The failures often, I think, come from failing to communicate with families. A family knows what they need. We need to listen to a family. I think that the majority of these issues could be fixed if we had a way for the family to be an equal member of the team.